Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow. If you were in a company now, like as the company, either HR or leadership, what would be the first things that you would do?
Trying to make some model of authentic company culture and authentic leadership. And that means working with managers and senior execs to make sure that, they're in a good space mentally. I think corporate wellness with your leaders is really important, but to understand that their employees are also people going through things as well. And maybe to treat them when they first come on is that they have this desire to do good. They want to be well. And I'm sure everybody shares that in their interviews, right? But, when you work with them and you see how they perform over time, you can kind of tell if something's going on. But to create a safe space for them to maybe talk about it, when you have your one-on-ones. And I'm not saying to have your one-on-ones and try and revisit their childhoods with them, but to make them feel safe to share. And I think that will help retention. I think that will help company culture overall. And I think that will help people develop into good leaders themselves because they've been treated that way.
How would the leadership or employee do that if they're not aware of it themselves, in themselves?
Yeah, I think executive coaching is a good way to do that too. I think we're well overdue to have these kinds of talks in the workplace, and leading the mental health podcast for the chamber was something that I did to try and open that door. But I think it's time for our leaders here, people who have such wide and deep influence to be able to kind of scan what's going on with them and how they're showing up. And that's gonna change a lot.
Is what you're saying that for leadership out there, they need to kind of do a U-turn and look at themselves right now, even if they don't want to?
Yep. Maybe not a U-turn, maybe just a pause and just look at everything that maybe you may have shied away from for years and kind of look at why you think the way you do, why you show up the way you do, why your values of maybe being seen as successful, and super impactful and highly visible in the community, why those are values to you, what's below that, and just go from there.
For those, what would you say is the most common value below that? Why would those be their values?
Perhaps it could be something like a lack of feeling seen for whatever reason in childhood, and that's not for everyone, of course, but a lack of feeling seen, a lot of times people who show up with workplace trauma have been teased and bullied at school. And so that's why you need to excel. That's why you need to be perfect. That's why you need to be better than everyone. So you're kind of untouchable from the judgment. But it could be anything like that. And I think over time, you just get bogged down with your work and your duties, and you don't realize that's actually what the issue is.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.